Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me on another tarot reading. This is a pick a deck reading and my name is Ahorangi Starchild. The question we're asking today is what is the holdup? And while I explain about this reading and tarot, take your time to have a look at which deck you are drawn to. The first deck that I have is marked by a praying lady. And this is my Arcanum Tarot. The second deck is marked by a little red glass heart, and that is the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. Deck number 3 is marked by a serpentine semi-precious stone, and that is my Thelema Tarot deck. Last but not the least is my Universal Golden Tarot, and it's marked by a feather. So, what is happening in the sky? We have Mars in Libra squaring the South Node, Saturn, Pluto in Capricorn. So, this is about having to make decisions on how you want to move forward. But depending on where this energy plays out in your chart, it could be concerning career, relationships, health, finances, long-term committed partnerships. It could be about philosophy. Maybe for some of you, it will be a deep psychological sort of energy that you need to deal with or to get clarity and answers for yourself. But we will see what the holdup is for you and how to move forward. So this is a reading that I'm doing for those who feel really stuck. They need answers to move forward, and we will find you solutions on how to overcome these obstacles that slows you down. But also want to say at the same time that the reason why we're being slowed down, it does have a purpose. It is because we are at a place where we need to make really important decisions, and so with those type of decisions, it's always good to take your time. Okay. All right, so tarot is fluid in timing, so there will be a publishing date below this video. But this video is effective from the time you view it, whether it is from now, whenever. There will be information here that will be applicable to you. If the reading doesn't fit, if the storyline doesn't fit, this reading is not for you. Okay. Below my video, you also find links where you can contact me for readings. And everything you need to know about me is in the drop box below. I'll also have timestamps for where your reading will be, and I will also list the decks that I'm using. For inspiration or to clarify or get more, for now I have The Answers Simple by Sonia Choquette. I might grab another decks as I feel led to do so, but let's jump in. Okay. So that's I just need to keep myself straight, because sometimes when I start reading I forget the sequence of the decks. So I'm going to do as many Celtic crosses to get into. So let's get into it. Okay, this is our first reading, the Praying Lady. I'll do a mini Celtic cross. We'll have a look at your situation. So thank you for joining me. If you're a first time viewer, please click like if you like this video. If you like my style, please subscribe. Hit the bell at the bottom right hand corner of this video so that you can get notifications for when I publish readings. Okay, so what's the holdup? Why are you going through this? Having to deal with a situation that's really stuck, and it doesn't seem like there's any forward movement in any way, shape or form. Let's have a look for you. So the first card is the Queen of Swords. This is, I feel like you are making a decision to cut things, situations, people out of your life because they just haven't been serving you. You are in the process of doing a big clean out and clear up of your life to get a clear understanding of you, what it is that you need in your life to be able to move forward, because the Queen of Swords is very future orientated. She's someone who's had to learn some really tough lessons in relationships. So she could be widowed, she could be divorced. But 9 out of 10 times, the Queen of Swords is someone who doesn't, she just sees it like she sees it. It's someone with a very intellectual approach, and this is about clearing out, okay. Wanting to let people know where you are at, so that you don't have to suffer complications in relationships or situations that could potentially be confusing. If you're a masculine, this is just you connected to your heart center, and trying to go about things in a very diplomatic way. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you could have these signs in your chart, or you could be that sun sign. So just put it where it fits. So the holdup is a broken heart or disappointments, and I did mention relationships before. And this is about making the decision to actively let people understand where you are at. And maybe, so this could be two ways. Either you are struggling to express your emotions because it still hurts too much, or you are letting everyone know and kind of like shouting it out to the world or the family, and you just let everyone know. You're very, very, very transparent as to what is going on with you on heart level. Okay, there has been betrayal. You might potentially be dealing with a third party situation where there is a relationship breakup because of a third party being involved. But this is also just, this could be children, this could be um also the war between the mind and the heart, struggling to trust decisions that you make, struggling to make decisions with your heart because your mind and your heart is at war. So that is the hold up. Okay, it's trying to get on the same page with yourself and trying to get clarity with yourself as to how to move forward with this. So we have the King of Cups. So potentially this could be a water sign that you've dealt with, or this could be a water sign that is um assisting you in some way, shape, or form. Someone who you can really open up to, someone who can help you connect to your heart, someone who understands feelings, someone who is emotionally balanced. They could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but a very mature approach, okay, to situations concerning the heart. And I feel like this person is really there to help and support you and to bring stability into your life. And this could be a masculine or a feminine. If it's a feminine, she's just very mature, very accomplished in dealing with matters of the heart. This is someone who is really good at listening and counseling. But I also feel like when I see the war between the mind and the heart, this could also be you reaching a new level of maturing concerning how you see things, the facts, looking at the facts, and then comparing the notes with how you feel about it and how to still maintain your emotional equilibrium. Okay, but both future orientated. You are looking to move forward with this. You want to speak your mind with passion. Okay, I do feel like there is this deep need to understand this, the reason for this heartache and disappointment and emotional loss that you've suffered, emotional anguish. So I feel like in the past, this is about maybe a romantic situation where there was an opportunity that passed you. There was an offer that came your way, and you could have declined this love offer. And I feel like it's love because it's cups. Cups to me is about emotions, but it's also maybe offers coming to you at this point in time, and you declining offers for relationships or romantic involvement because you feel and you know that you aren't ready for an emotional commitment because you still have a lot of healing to do. But there's also the sense of stubbornness concerning what it is that is being presented to you, that I feel like you're very clear, you're getting clear as to what experiences you don't want to have anymore. You know what you don't want, and now you are on a quest to find out what it is that you do want. Okay, so we have judgment, and I feel like this is definitely concerning a situation that keeps on cropping up, because judgment is bringing things from the past back to life again. But this is also about making a judgment call. Um, I feel like if you've been stuck and you don't know how to move forward, that there is a deep psychological, subconscious kind of energy that is coming in for you, that even though it might feel like you are stuck, because remember, we do have Mars square Pluto. Mars is going to square Pluto as it travels through a Libra. And so I feel like that is the catalyst to the answers that you seek, that there's a lot of problem solving while you're sleeping. There's a lot of problem solving that you aren't aware of, and angels be working behind the scenes to help you to process information, so that you can start to move forward in your life. I feel the more you embrace the past, the more you are open to have a look at the past and how things had worked out, the more you look to the repetitive patterns in your life, the more answers you will receive. And it's not necessarily having it to make sense for you in the moment when you remember it, but it could also be just having the doorway open to be able to remember past repetitive cycles in your life. Just remembering them is the activation of your subconscious mind, bringing that information to the fore. Okay, so I don't feel like you have to physically do anything more than what you're already doing to be able to find your answers and find closure in the situation. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So this card is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is going to change signs towards the end of November. I think it's the 2nd of December. It will be going into Capricorn, and I feel like that your answers and your closure and the resolution for coming unstuck is in the very, very near future. Time is nigh, because this is the wheel of destiny. It's your destiny to know the truth. And this is definitely concerning situations that keeps on coming around, things that you really struggle to process in your life. But even if you don't find any closure, I do feel like like the gods, the angels, the energy is going to give you an opportunity to move forward and to not necessarily have too much to do for yourself, because you have been doing the work. I feel like the energy is coming in to carry you to beautiful places where the energy is going to be much more supportive of you, because you have been committed to have a look at yourself, your situations, your emotions, your mental processes, and you have been really honest with yourself. There's no illusion or here you are seeking the truth, and you will find the truth within yourself and also within the situations that you feel that you've been stuck in. Now I'm going to just draw us some the answer, simple by Sonia Choquette, and then just give me feedback on this reading. Leave me messages below. I love to hear back and get feedback to see if these messages receive the people who need to hear them. Okay, answer is simple by Sonia Choquette, and it can be as simple or as complicated, but I feel with that Queen of Swords, you're very simplistic in your approach, and you have a very clear understanding of what it is that you need to do. So we have stick with it. And I did say you have a clear understanding. So you're already on your way, and this person is ascending. I feel like this has a lot to do with spiritual awakening, especially with this judgment card. I feel like there's a lot of things that it's people situations that you had to cut out that was holding you back from reaching your highest potential. You know that you are on your way, because we have the Queen of Swords there. And I feel like you've done all the hard work. It's just that last little bit of a residual energy that has been keeping you in that situation, to make sure that you resolve it, to make sure that you look at these situations from all perspectives, so that you can move on from it for once and for all. And I feel like you are going into better places, especially with this Wheel of Fortune. The universe wants to bless you. Your angels are working behind the scenes to change things around for you, and to bring or usher in a time of where you can start to reap the rewards of your efforts. Okay, so this is very karmic. I feel like this is reaping what you've sown, and I do feel like you have suffered enough, and that it is time to move on to better places. So please give me feedback, please hit like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I loved reading for you. Right. Okay, on to our next reading. What's the holdup? Yes, let's have a look. What's the holdup? Why you been stuck? Okay, so if you're a first-time viewer, please click like if you like this video. Please subscribe if you like my style, and give me feedback on my readings. So we're going to do your mini Celtic cross, and we're going to have a look at your situation as to what is it that's holding you back, keeping you stuck. Okay, one more shuffle. Just tuning in. Thank you for being patient with me while I go through my processes. Why are you stuck? What's the situation? Okay, so we have the Knight of Coins, and that's definitely stuck energy. The Knight of Coins isn't someone who moves fast, okay? But this card is ruled by Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, and this is someone who is looking to invest long term. And this could be energy, could be resources. It's like, where do you want to invest yourself? But there's also about offers, making an offer or receiving an offer, awaiting messages, or awaiting something to be able to move forward in your life, but taking your time. I also feel like there's a certain sense of stubbornness, like you have been in this place for quite some time, because look at that little dog down there. It's looking back to this knight sitting on the horse, and it's like, okay, well, it's almost impatiently waiting. Look how it's ready to go. It's waiting for the command from its master, but it's just still sitting there. So I feel you've been sitting there for quite some time. So we have the Two of Pentacles, more earth energy, juggling. So I feel like juggling is a card of movement, and it's like ongoing. So I feel like you've been dealing with a situation which has been ongoing, stuck, and it feels like there isn't going to be any resolution. Like there's no forward movement here, and the reason why it feels stuck is because we have all this earth energy. So it is almost like you have been continuously going up and down with something, continuously working two jobs, continuously juggling your money, continuously having to juggle your schedule. Like it feels, in one way, it's like a continuous disruption. Disruption is actually quite a strong word. It's like continuous. You can't settle down, and this is something that is continuously so. That there's something preventing you from settling down because you keep on having to keep on juggling. Well, these are the disruption that I was talking about. So continuous disruptions in your life for sure. And it's like, well, when is this going to end? When is this overhaul of my life finally going to end? Because you're kind of getting to the end of trying to fool around to deal with drama, chaos, things that was okay the one day, and all of a sudden it's absolute chaos, and you are in this continuous situation where you need to try and keep your balance between trying to create something very secure and long term. You're looking long term. You want to get ahead with your long term plan, so to speak. But there is all these things that happen around you that's shaking your equilibrium. And it's just this continuous. The more you try to build to create security for yourself, the more you end up with less of that. That's kind of what I see. I have this expression, pissing against the wind. That's it. It's messy. It's messy. Right. So we have the 10 of coins here. So this could definitely be something concerning inheritances. This could be long-term committed, investments. This could be with family businesses. This could be even just the family amongst each other, that there is a lot of bickering, fighting. No one can see eye to eye. Everyone is always working against each other. And while there is this huge potential to build something long lasting, that will be, like a legacy for each and every one to tap into and benefit from, there is this one kind of element where, and it could just be one person that's causing this chaos and preventing everyone from really working together and establishing this long-term sort of situation in the family where everyone can just work together. So I do feel, we have 3 coin cards here. This is definitely, I feel, about money and resources, trying to find your balance within sudden expenses, money coming in and then money disappearing fast, and people bickering, family bickering, people interfering in each other's money affairs and disrupting their stable home life or business life. So we have the sun. So I feel like if you have been having to deal with a lot of conflict, fighting, bickering, people being just disruptive, okay, causing chaos in your life. You are coming into a situation where you are starting to figure out the family dynamics. You're starting to figure out the dynamics that is causing all of this. Yeah, information is coming to you and a clear understanding as to what is going on and how you can address this issue. We have the sun. The sun is shining a spotlight on you, but it's also shining a spotlight on all the problematic areas of the situation that's been holding you back and preventing you from moving forward. Um, the sun is ruled by Leo, so I feel like the situation that I've been dealing with it could be a long-standing kind of situation that's been spanning over a long period of time, like 10 years. Or it could have even be something that started around about Leo season, which is from the 21st July till the 21st of August. And but I feel there's a lot of things coming to light. Things are starting to make sense. And once things start to make sense, that's when you can start to move forward. So I feel like the time is nigh for you to actually get out of this. Even though it feels to you at this point in time like you don't have all the information, you feel powerless, you don't know how to move forward, you have the knowledge, you're starting to intuitively feel that something is up and little bits of information is coming towards you, and you're starting to piece and puzzle it together. You do feel powerless in the situation, I feel, because there's so many people involved, there's so many factors involved, and there's so much drama and emotions and finger pointing and chaos that it's like, oh, am I the only person seeing the light here? Can't anyone else see it? And you kind of feel alone and isolated from the rest of the crowd in this situation. I'm going to draw one more card. So we have the Eight of Wands. It came out reversed, so I feel like there isn't communication, but I do feel there's communication pending. So I don't read reversals. I'm going to turn the card right side up. So with the Eight of Wands, this is Sagittarius ruled. We're just about going into Sagittarius from the 21st of November till the 21st of December. So I feel like the period for you to become unstuck is nigh. I feel like movement is going to happen very fast for you. You're just waiting for all the information to come to you so that you can make an informed decision and so that you can start to communicate and move forward concerning the situation with intelligence, I feel, because with this Eight of Swords is sort of like, excuse my French, is like a mindfuck card. It feels like people are telling you half truths, so they're not giving you all the information. You're being kept in the dark concerning the situation, but everything is coming to light. And as soon as you have all the information, and you will have all the information because nothing can hide from the sun. Okay, the sun shines everywhere. I feel like you will find clarity, and there might even be some travel involved, that you might have to do some short distance travel to speak to people face to face to sort out the situation. But I do feel it will get sorted very fast and in a very positive way, because we do have the sun. The sun is very benefic. It is powerful. It restores life. Okay, you've gone through the Tower. You have two extreme cards here. You know, you have the Tower, which is ruled by the Mars, and then you have the Sun. So there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of energy waiting to move forward, and I feel you will, and it will be just before Christmas time. So I'm going to do us some The Answer is Simple by Sonia Choquette, just to get a little bit more information. And as I said, you know, if you like this video, please click like. If you like my style, please subscribe. Please hit the little bell at the bottom right hand corner to get notifications for when I publish videos. And give me feedback on this reading. Say no. Oh, this is about healthy boundaries. Okay. This is about being very clear, and maybe even standing your ground, because the Knight of Coins is someone who can be very stubborn. Okay, but this is about, when you say no, this is just saying no because you know what is best for you. It's not you saying no because you just want to be obstinate. You saying no because you are looking out over your life. You're seeing the long-term potential of this. You know that if things can be done in the right way, that everyone can benefit from the situation, including you. But if people don't want to see this, because I do feel like there's some people who might communicate out of, you know, that they don't have all the information, so they just might say things that is like, it doesn't make sense. But this is about saying no, standing your ground, and keep on following through, because I do believe that if you stay the course for the decisions that you feel is for the benefit, especially with this Knight of Coins, have all the practical know-how. You know, this is not someone with pie in the sky. This is not pipe dreams. This is very real, step by step. This is how to invest. This is how to move forward. It will be slow. You're going to need perseverance. You're going to need patience, but you will get a very, very, very good return for your investment, whatever it is, your time, your resources, and where you want to invest it, whether this is a relationship, whether this is long-term committed goals, long-term contracts. I feel like if you stay the course because you have the practical knowledge and you know that it will work, that everything makes sense in a practical way. It's about saying no to people who's speaking out of, you know, a place where they don't even understand the whole situation. So please give me feedback on this. I love reading for you. Thank you for joining me for another pick a deck. Have a beautiful day. Light and love. Okay, for our next deck, we have our Serpentine Semi-Precious Stone. I'll just shuffle to tune in. So if you're a first-time viewer, thank you for joining me for this reading. If you like my style, please click like. Please subscribe. Hit the bell at the bottom right-hand of this corner to get notifications of when I publish videos. And this is a reading about what's the hold-up. Okay. I just want to shuffle again lightly while I tune into, because this is a new group that I'm reading for. And we're going to do you a mini Celtic cross. What's the holdup? Where are you stuck? We have Mars square South Node, Mars square Saturn, and Mars square Pluto as it travels through the sign of Libra. Okay, so we're dealing with conflict, and this could potentially be in business or at home. Or trying to find stability in business and home. And that seems to be a situation that has been ongoing. It is like you just keep on putting out fires. Okay, you spend a lot of time putting out fires, doing damage control, and you so desperately want to move forward on an emotional level because putting out fires and expending energy in places, keep on expending energy where you don't really see a positive return from your efforts, and you really want to move on from this. You're looking for emotional support in situation that can potentially be very volatile. Okay, and I see you meeting this these challenges, you meet them head on. You're not shying away from them, but it is something, if you've been stuck in this energy, it is something that can be emotionally very taxing, okay? Emotionally very draining, having to put out fires all the time. So we have the Ten of Cups. I feel like you are pursuing your emotional happiness. Your focus here is to go emotionally to better places. And this could also be situations in the family, your immediate home environment, like mother, father, children. Maybe you have teenagers which are they're constantly bickering, and you feel like, when is it ever going to settle down? When will I ever have my Ten of Cups? Because maybe this is also about having a partner by your side. If you are married, this is having a partner by your side who can truly pull their weight and share in the responsibility of having to deal with this conflict, and not having to put up with someone who bails out all the time when there's a heated argument. Some people just don't want to get involved, and sometimes you are with a partner in life. If you are married, they avoid conflict at all costs, and that kind of leaves you to handle these situations by yourself, and you find this emotionally draining that you have to do it by yourself all the time. And I feel like there is this longing for having someone by your side, that you can face these challenges with someone by your side rather than alone. Okay, if you are single, I feel like you've been dealing with situations, and this could potentially be in your career sector, finding a job. Maybe jobs are coming and going. There's no stability in finding a long-term contract, and it feels emotionally draining to keep on looking for a new work or new contracts to sign for, and all you really want to do is to move forward and be happy. It's a very simple thing that you desire to achieve in your life. We have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like this is the energy of in and out, in and out. This could be a person, could potentially be someone who is foreign, comes from a foreign country, who comes in to cause the drama, and then they leave again, and then you are sitting there picking up the pieces or having to move forward from it somehow. But you do. I feel like you've not given up on this. You very much someone who wants to move forward. The other way with this Knight of Wands is someone who is, maybe there's a desire to travel. I feel like even if it's just little short trips, maybe you want to visit family, and it feels like you're never going to get there because of this instability in your life. Your life is just not stable enough to make you feel emotionally secure. And with this Knight of Wands, I feel like these messages coming from across the water, maybe from people who live in the hot, dry countries like Australia, Spain. If you're in the USA, this could be, the state of Arizona, or, where's Los Angeles, California, where it's very dry and hot. So I do feel like, and this person could potentially play a supportive role for you, bringing you information and encouragement to stay optimistic, because there's a strong Sagittarian feel to this person. So this is someone who is optimistic. They have a really good sense of humor. They're uplifting. They can play the role of, trying to keep you upbeat enough to hang in there. So we have the strength hanging in there, absolutely. So this card is ruled by Leo, and it also brings in kind of like the energy of the sun. So you have been hanging in there. Maybe you've even been struggling with health issues. Your health hasn't been the best. Um, or someone around you is suffering health issues, and you are kind of, drawn into the situation where you have to take care of someone else who isn't 100%, and this could be in the family, but this is also you needing to take care of yourself. Okay, it's about resting when you need to rest. It's about calming your own fears. It's about staying strong when other people around you might not have the foresight to be stable. The Leo is a very stable sign. It's a fixed sign. It is a sign of keeping your inner balance, but it's also a very spiritual sign. It's a sign of it resembles alternative healing, spiritual healing, energetic healing, calming your own fears, maybe even struggling with a bit of anxiety because you are emotionally depleted. But what it is saying is to listen to what your heart is saying as well. Your heart will give you a clear indications. Your emotions will give you a clear indication of how to move forward with this. So we have the Five of Cups. Someone might be struggling with depression. And I do feel like there is this search or this yearning for a very strong partnership connection. And it's not necessarily in love, it could be in love. But I feel like this is just about having a companion, having someone by your side to help you see situations through. You might deal with people who are depressed. You might deal with people who are naysayers, and it's very difficult to pursue your dreams, to pursue your own emotional happiness when you hang around people, or when there's people around you which are kind of like going against your grain. And it's asking you to be strong because you are on your own mission here. I'm going to draw another card because we have the Five of Cups. So we have the King of Cups. I feel like you are going to achieve your emotional maturity and your emotional equilibrium. If you have been dealing with things that was hot and cold and fairly volatile on an emotional way, very depressive, very challenging, emotionally, having to deal with emotional conflict and feeling drained, having to deal with this conflict. And where does that leave you? It is like you have to take a time out, spend some time on healing, take a time out, do for yourself what you need to do, because Leo is about self. Leo is about going through a period in your life because it resembles the life stage of a teenager. Teenagers are very self centered, it is all about them. And I feel like what you need to do here is to make the decision to put yourself number one on your list and start to listen to your intuition, start to listen to what your heart is telling you, because your heart will lead the way. And then also we have the King of Cups here, which is also talking about that emotional maturity of finding your emotional balance concerning these situations that totally drain you. I also feel like there is a water sign close to you, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, who could give you a lot of assistance, as a soundboard, or even as a counselor. As a counselor, someone who's really good at listening, really good understanding, emotional anguish, depression, and maybe even chronic fatigue, someone whose nervous system is totally just frazzled because of all the drama that you have to deal with. So I'm going to do some life is the answer simple by Sonia Choquette. I wanted to say life is simple. Yes, life can be simple. You know, if you can get yourself to a place where it's black and white, it can be very, very, very simple. But the message here is to listen to your hearts, because we have a lot of water here. We have the 10 of cups, we have the 8 of cups, we have the 5 of cups, and we have the king of cups. So emotional stability and your emotional equilibrium, and also healing the heart with the strength card there, is of at utmost importance. You have to put yourself number one on your list, okay? And just to make people understand that there's some things that you need to do for yourself. So we have let go and flow. Look at that. So I do feel like you also have a choice in how you want to obtain your emotional equilibrium. How do you want to get to that? How much do you want to invest yourself in situations that just totally drain you? How much do you want to sacrifice yourself or family to make everyone else happy while you are having to struggle with a lot of things where you feel like, I can't anymore, because maybe you don't even have a supportive partner to help you through it all, okay? So, and letting go isn't always that easy. It's I hate it when people tell me to let go. All I'm saying is, what I want to say with this card is to allow and surrender, and live in the moment, because she's maybe even go to the park, nourish your inner child, because once again I did say this is like that teenager sort of energy. Leo rules the fifth house. Go out in the park, get on a swing. I don't care if you're like 47 or 50 years old. Just get on the swing, have fun, do things that you used to do that remind you of what it is like to be carefree, to tickle your tummy, to laugh again, to giggle again. And that is such good energy for the heart center. And once you can experience that again, you will find the balance between feeling down and emotionally drained, and this beautiful happy person who is connected to their heart. So thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. I loved reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love. Okay, so our next reading is our little feather. Okay, what's the hold up, eh? You've been feeling stuck, have you? Let's have a look. We're going to do your mini Celtic cross. If you are a first-time viewer, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in. Okay. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my style, please subscribe, and also click the bell at the right-hand corner of this video, at the bottom of the right-hand corner. It will notify you when I publish readings. Okay, I'm going to do us a mini Celtic cross, and we're going to have a look at your situation. And we're going to find you solutions to get unstuck. Okay. We'll find you solutions to get unstuck. So thank you for bearing with me. I'm just tuning in. I did shuffle my decks before the time. I'm just tuning in. Okay. What's your situation? Why have you been feeling stuck? Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles. So Ten of Pentacles is about family. This is about long-term contracts. This is about your long-term investments. Where have you been investing yourself long-term? Where have you expended your energy? It's also about responsibility, carrying responsibility for the family, but also your visibility in the community and your visibility in the world, going out and being known by people, being known by public, in the public, and being visible in the public. So there is this situation that you're dealing with where it could feel like you have been judged by the public, you've been judged by family, that these situations in the family that keeps on cropping up, past situations, karmic situations, this is to do with karmic situations in the family, could potentially be having to do with an inheritance, that there's judgment or disagreement concerning inheritance. There could be judgment and disagreement in the family itself, people bickering amongst each other, continuously having to dig out and dig up things in the past that keeps on. It's not resolved. People keep on bringing it up because it's not resolved. And it's like you've been stuck in this for so long. It's like, how are we going to move forward from this? Because 10 of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that's earth energy. Earth don't really move, and if it does move, it takes a long time to move. So unless we have an avalanche or something like that. So, or earthquake. So this is about, really, if you haven't been speaking about things in the family, or be keeping it back. If you haven't been speaking about it, it's time to speak up about. And I see things here like abuse, whether this is sexual abuse that happened when you were a child, whether this is anything, the skeletons in the closet of the family screwing family over with money, family, it's just that bad karmic stuff that you get, that you have to deal with in your bloodlines, okay, where people who are born into families think that they can do or say to each other whatever they want just because they're family. Okay, it's time to speak up about the injustices that's being done to each other in the family. And I get the feeling that there's children involved here, and sometimes people will keep quiet because there's children here as well. And sometimes people will keep quiet to protect the children, but sometimes keeping quiet to protect the children is most probably the worst thing that you can do, because other children will also fall victim. That's what I feel. So if you don't resonate with the storyline, then this reading is not for you. But I feel like this is to do with child abuse of in many forms. Okay, this is emotional, mental, physical abuse, sexual abuse. This could even be sexual harassment in the workplace. I get a sexual nature here because, and I don't know why, I just see this judgment card is Pluto, okay? It has a very Plutonic, Scorpionic kind of psychological energy to it, and I feel like it's time to speak up to things that's really speak up about things that's really dark, things that are hidden, things that you really don't want to get out in the public, but also things that could happen in the family or in the workplace where there's long-term committed contracts and where there's public visibility. So if this comes out, the whole world will know. And that is most probably why it hasn't been expressed, because of that shame factor. So don't ever, ever, ever feel ashamed for speaking the truth. So we have the Knight of Pentacles. Someone's been waiting. There's this hesitancy to move forward because you're waiting for the right time. I feel like you're waiting for the right time. When is the right time to actually move forward with this? This is long, long, long time in coming. Okay, long time in coming. We have the Six of Wands. So I feel like the person watching this, that you most probably are a highly successful person, someone who's a little bit in the spotlight, and it's about avoiding to get negative publicity. It is like having to maybe be aware of the political game that's being played. But I do feel like there has been many victories and successes in the past concerning having to handle very challenging and difficult situations. Okay, you know how to handle conflict, but you kind of feel like there's this need to keep your pose, so to speak, because it is so easy. One thing said in the wrong way could actually cause disaster. So our next card is the Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like there's a beautiful long-term committed opportunity coming to you once you speak up or speak out. I feel like there is a lot of help and assistance that's going to come your way, and I feel like a lot of people will be much more open to do this public speaking, and I feel like this could also maybe be an offer, speaking publicly about these issues like child abuse, like doing work in the community, and maybe working on a project that hasn't been taken off. Like, it's taken a lot of time and effort and resources and money to get this off the ground, but yet it's still just sitting there, even though there's a huge amount of success that was had in the past with the same kind of project, yet there is something that's been holding you back from totally moving forward, and it's been a long dragged out process to get this off the ground and into the public eye. That's also the storyline. So we have the Queen of Pentacles here. We have a lot of earth here. We have a lot of earth. So Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, this is someone who's very stable, okay? Someone who takes their time, someone who thinks things through, someone who's very practical and know how to do DIY. And I feel like the person is doing the public speaking knows their stuff. They can literally help people with step by step how to do this, okay? And this is a beautiful opportunity to help the community, to help children and everyone that needs help concerning, these dark issues that I've mentioned before. And I feel like the reason why it's been slowed down is that um if it is going to be long term, we have to make sure that the foundation is laid properly. I want to draw another card. So we have the Five of Cups, and draw another card, and we have the King of Pentacles. So I feel like we have a power couple here, the King and the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy mostly, but it doesn't have to be. You could just have this in your chart. But we have a power couple here, and we have two people who are they speaking the same language. They can accomplish great things, together. But I feel like maybe with one of these two that they may be struggling with emotional issues. One of them might be struggling with depression, or it could be that there was a disappointment in this relationship, and they both now need to work a way around having to speak with each other. So I feel like the reason why, if this is a public, okay, so if this is a public project that needs to be brought out into the public eye, and it needs to be published, or it needs to be brought out into the community, but there has been a delay. The delay is because of personal issues of two people needing to work together, who generally has a really good rapport with each other, but there has been some disappointments between these two. I do feel like this will be resolved very quickly, because we do have Pluto, Saturn, South Node in Capricorn, and both these cards are ruled by Capricorn. And I feel like that will be resolved around about just before Christmas, okay? We also have a solar eclipse coming in on Christmas Day, which is going to be conjunct the South Node. It's going to be conjunct South Node and Saturn. Okay. No, it's going to conjunct Jupiter and the South Node. So that's huge. Okay, so I do feel there's some big changes coming in, but it will shake things loose so you can move forward. And this is before the end of the year. And I also feel like there is a long-term offer coming through to make this not just a once-off, but I feel like there will be a repetitive opportunities to talk about the past, bring in a whole lot of healing for people who need it, people who suffer from depression, abuse, whether this is in the family or whether this is a community project that you're working on. I feel like it will be moving forward before the end of the year, or kick off in a big way in the new year when we're still in Capricorn, okay? After the new year. So, say no. This is the one that we had before with a previous deck. So I'm going to put that back and shuffle it again and just focus once again, because that just didn't compute with us. I'll shuffle again. So we're looking at this situation where people need to share deep things that we don't normally speak about, okay? Things that we normally hide. And this could be in the family, and this could also be about public speaking out in the public concerning things that we normally hide or we don't want to bring out uh, in the community. Give yourself the best. So I feel like this is about taking the time to know that if you take your time with something, that you can most probably get a better result than to rush it. And because it takes time to bake this beautiful cake, you have to do a lot of planning, shopping around, get all the ingredients, do everything by the book, follow the recipes. But it's also about taking, if you take the time to do quality work rather than quantity work. That's also what I get here. You will get a better result. So if this is about conversations in the family, then it is also about being very clear about what you deserve in the family, and to value yourself. Know that if there's family secrets that need to come out, that the best thing that you can do sometimes is to speak out and say, this is what I had to deal with. Not to keep things in, not to block things and be in denial of your emotions, like this person refusing to, moving forward and keep on looking to the past instead of speaking out and making your voice being heard is sometimes the best thing that you can give yourself. Okay. What I kind of see is like a headdress looks like a heart. So I feel like this is looking at the situation and perceiving the situation from a loving space. Okay. Because there could be potentially a lot of trauma, a lot of hurt, a lot of dark things around here that needs to, but the angels are supporting you. Angels are helping you from the other side to do this because you do deserve the best. So please give me feedback. I love to hear what this reading, if this reading found the people who need to hear this message. Thank you for watching. I love reading for you. Have a beautiful day. Light and love.